What is going on, guys? It is your boy Naj. All right, I'm back with the B5 S4 update. So it's been about 6 months since I've been able to gain the nerve and patience to start working on this car. All right, I've been dreading this job for a really long time. So quick scoop on this car. If you haven't seen my previous video of when I first purchased this car, it is a rebuilt title, 176,000, 6-speed manual. Mechanically, it actually is pretty freaking solid, all right? There's no engine lights, no noises, no leaks, nothing. However, previous owner said the passenger side turbo is blown. After 500 miles, I mean, that could really only be one of two things. Either you installed them incorrectly or you just have really shitty luck. So I guess he really just didn't want to touch this car anymore. And I can understand why. Like, if you replace turbos and then they blow again, I'd set the car on fire. So I'm trying to get it back into, you know, semi-reliable-ish factory running condition. I got replacement turbos, replacement KO3 turbos with about 70,000 miles on them from LKQ with a 6-month warranty. Yo, come to think about it though, like fuck their warranty. If I gotta pull the engine back out to replace turbos, your warranty doesn't mean shit to me, all right? Anyway, so over the next couple of days, I'm going to be pulling the engine with the transmission out, all right? I'm gonna pull the old turbos off, put the replacement ones on, sliding it back in. And yeah, I mean, this could either be a really smooth sailing job or it could, I mean, who the fuck am I kidding? I am one stripped bolt away from being a graveyard B5 owner, okay? If you don't know what that means, I just made it up, right? What it means is when you buy a B5 S4, you decide to take on the job for some odd reason. You run into one very unexpected issue during your job, and then it just, you know, you lose all motivation to continue the job, and the car is just sitting in your garage with the fucking engine lifted up in the air, and you're slipping on oil and coolant every time you walk in the garage, and then you just let it sit until you part the fucking thing out on Facebook Market. Like all these other sorry ass B5 owners who can't put the car back together because they don't remember how they took the car apart to begin with. I need to calm down. So this is my last chance to sell the car as it sits before I start. Or option B, go through a whole week at least worth of headaches. Real quick debrief, all right? So everybody does this job a little differently. Like, some people drop the whole engine with the transmission with the subframe. And the way I do it, I personally got used to just taking the front end off, disconnecting the axles, drive shaft, exhaust, taking the ECU, you know, and the wires, flapping it on top of the engine, taking off all the boost hoses, motor mounts, tranny mounts, and any other, you know, quick connections, like ground wire, super important. Hoses for the heater core, as well as, what else? Yeah, you have to take your alternator out to reach the starter motor wires and disconnect those. And then once you do that, you can just pull the engine with the transmission out in one piece. Now let me talk about the biggest pains in my ass throughout this job, okay? I got to the point now where I just replaced the turbos and I'm ready to throw the engine back in. Now let me just mention, replacing the turbos, even with the engine being out, is still a fucking nightmare. Whoever designed this contraption has some real serious personal issues and he needs to get his ass kicked for what he did. This fucker put a 10mm bolt, okay, that holds the coolant line into the side of the turbo, right? You can't even get to that bolt, even with the engine being out. You gotta take off the whole entire exhaust manifold with the turbo in order to get to it. I just put the new replacement turbo in, okay? I left that bolt out. That bolt is not gonna go back in. I don't give a fuck what happens. I don't care if I blow a coolant line doing 140. I'm not gonna put that bolt back in, all right? It's completely unnecessary, and I got a personal issue with this bolt, okay? I don't know what to tell you. All right, so anyway, replacement turbos are back in. It's time to throw this thing back in the car, and if it just, you know, starts and runs with no issues at all, I gotta say, I'm gonna be one happy ass man. One can only dream. Let's go. Y'all see that face? That's the last time I was happy, okay? I put everything back together, decided to take the car for a spin. So it turns out when I took it for a spin, it started to smoke a little bit. And came to a realization that the turbo I replaced is fucking blown again. The turbos that I replaced that were blown, I replaced them with another set of turbos that is also blown. I knew I should have left this car exactly where I found it. Oh, but yeah, the replacement turbos are still under warranty, right? This is exactly when a warranty is useless. When it's a $300 replacement part and a 20-hour job. I should have left this car where I found it. It's a curse. I think I made some sort of statement in the intro video that if I replaced turbos and they ended up being blown, I'm gonna set this car on fire. Y'all think it's a fucking joke, huh? Y'all thought I was playing. Y'all thought I was playing? I just got renter's insurance and put full coverage on this car that doesn't even run. This is a perfect time to do it. Ooh, what do I do now? The only fucking way that I'm gonna keep this car, okay, is if come springtime I do a single turbo conversion kit. Okay. The reason is because that takes one big major thing off the list of things that need the engine to be pulled in order for them to replace. Okay. So I'm just gonna put this project off for the spring once it gets a little warmer. In the meantime, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start making carbon fiber stuff for this car. All right. I just got my 3D scanner all calibrated and ready. I'm gonna be scanning the rear trunk. Okay, I'm gonna be scanning the diffuser section of the rear bumper to make a carbon fiber diffuser and a carbon fiber spoiler. This car does not have any option for a front lip, right? So that's definitely a project that's gonna be done by the time spring comes around. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of my experience that completely demolished me on the inside. Hit that like and subscribe button, please, and stay tuned for the next videos of the part development. Thanks, guys.